Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Mod Podcast. This is our first attempt at becoming global dominance in the podcast world. Yeah, I couldn't even keep a straight face.
Hey everyone, it's Manny and Sean. That's what the mask stands for. This is our first episode or a pilot episode. We're just trying new things and see if they work. YouTube, that's a heavy dedication. We both have full-time jobs and like to do fun things. And that editing is a pain. So we're gonna try this and see how it works.
I like to do fun things on a Friday. Is that what she said?
People like to do fun things on a
People like
Friday.
to. She's hilarious. Anyways, so we're just starting it off because you brought me this amazing Coke that I'm drinking today. What is this called? Marshmallow.
It is part of the Coke, I forget what it's called, but they partner with different collaborators to come up with some new flavors for Coke. This is the one with the DJ Marshmallow. It is watermelon and strawberry flavored. We've tried Starlight, which I like. It wasn't, it was, I don't know. I got hints of like strawberries from that one, hints of like marshmallows. Some people say it tastes like graham crackers too. I don't know. This one I like. It's a light flavor.
It's like
Um,
a non-alcoholic
yeah, that's what you said. It's like a cocktail
cocktail.
without alcohol.
I would drink it at a club with something in it.
Yeah, and to note, we are doing the 0-1,
Oh yeah, and then that's also good because you're not intaking calories.
right?
So you should use skinny alcohol.
It's not something that I would drink every day, but like, I would have it on the weekends or,
Right.
you popped in the store and you need something. It's refreshing.
It's refreshing, like a nice watermelon and strawberry cocktail.
Yes. Coke also has Bite, which I have not yet tried.
They're selling it in like 12 packs. That new one.
Which new one?
Oh, is that what I thought you were talking about the new soda they just introduced.
No, so they had Starlight, they had Bite, then
Oh my
the
goodness.
Marshmallow collaboration, and then this new one which you sent me the other day, and I can't remember the name of.
Oh, that's the one I thought you were talking about. My bad.
No,
I'm just gonna shut up.
it's fine. The new one is Dream World, which technically isn't out yet. I think it comes out this week coming up. But I don't have any clue what that one tastes like. It says it tastes like dreams. Whatever that means. I guess we will test it out and see.
All right. And we have to tell you, we don't have a studio for this right now. So you're gonna hear our dog. And whether you like that or not, and maybe you're a dog person. That's why you're listening. And he can give you some scratches and water sounds every once in a while. Also for those people who are into what's that word called?
What
With the
word?
sounds and the chewing.
Oh, ASMR.
Yeah, in case you enjoy that, our dog Kenji will be here to provide those sounds for
Yeah, this is our pilot. We're seeing how this goes, so please give us some grace. There may be mistakes here and there. We'll try to edit them, but this is what you're getting from this podcast. It's gonna be us
you. Real talk.
real talk.
There will be profanity.
On occasion, I'm sure there'll be profanity. But this is just we usually sit and have dinner and we talk about our day and we talk about entertainment things. We talk about politics, and we were like, we should record this because everyone else should hear this.
It's like The View, but around our dinner table, and we're not.
Facts. Um, so I hope you enjoy. We're gonna move along and talk about. I don't know if you hear it. Manny has a slight cough. He is recovering.
It's not COVID.
It's not COVID. He did test negative for
or
COVID.
monkeypox or polio. What else is going around?
I don't know. I can't keep up with what's going around.
Y'all,
Meningitis.
get your vaccines. Listen, that's all I'm going to say.
Get all the
Get the
vaccines,
vaccines. If you're anti-vaccines, stay in your house.
pretty much, or go out and suffer the consequence. It is what it is.
I mean, I guess because there's just too much going on right now. But anyways, yes, I did catch a cold at the Bad Bunny concert.
Yeah. So last weekend, well, it was on a Friday,
It
but
was the world's hottest tour.
yeah, that's the name of the tour. We went to go see Bad Bunny in Orlando at Camping World Stadium. It was packed to the gills in there.
68,000, over 68,000.
Um,
That's probably the most well-attended show at Camping World Stadium.
yes, if you follow us on the gram, then I'm quite sure you saw our postings and our outfits. But it was there that Manny caught some kind of bug, which eventually passed on to me. I didn't get it as bad as him, but he is in recovery mode.
Yeah. See, it's a great example of transmission of diseases.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at a concert, one, we're over wearing masks, and it was outside, and it's Florida, so it's hot already. But people are yelling around you, above you, in front of you. So it's just mouths agape and spittle just going everywhere. You don't really think about that when you go into a concert, but now that we've been through COVID, I thought about it and I was like, yeah, that makes sense why you would get sick at a concert. I mean, everyone is just spewing everywhere. Sorry, don't mean.
That's gross. I'm never going to go to a concert again.
Yes, you will. You wanted to go to Bad Bunny this weekend.
I sure did,
He's in Miami.
He's in Miami, but Broward County, Dade, whatever county it is, y'all got a lot of monkeypox cases. And your boy cannot wear long sleeves in summer because he'll just die. So,
Not trying to catch the pox.
somebody was live casting the show last
Uh,
night. Well, if you're a Bad Bunny fan and you're listening to this and you haven't bought tickets, um, buy your tickets and then just buy long sleeves and long pants and go watch the show because it's a good show. Like Sean don't speak Spanish. He had a great
I did. I had a good time. I liked his last album, which this tour is mostly based on, and Manny will say the title,
Un verano sin ti.
which translates to a day at the beach without you, or wait, what is it?
A summer without
A
you.
summer without you. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's so much beach theme. I just automatically went to
Yeah.
that. Anyway, I like the album. Yes, I don't speak Spanish very well. I do understand some of it. I've been doing my Duolingo. I'm racking it up. I think I'm at a 155-day streak. So I mean, I can pick out words here and there or phrases, but even if you don't really understand Spanish, which I'm sure you would have a deeper connection to the album if you did, but just like the melodies, the harmonies, the way that he plays with different genres of music throughout the album, I really enjoyed. I've listened to his other three albums as well, and I enjoy most of them.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah,
you can say what you want about Bad Bunny. You either like him or you don't. Um, you either like his lyrics or you don't. But you got to give it to him right now. He is the hottest thing on the market globally, musically, I think, currently. That could be debated, I guess, by somebody else. But, anyways, I think this album is absolutely phenomenal. He mixed sounds and features that you would just never expect a reggaeton artist to put out. Like, when I first heard the album, I was like, ooh, I don't know how people are going to connect with this album. Me personally, I automatically connected with this one, but some of his features, I'm like, people don't really know these groups, and he's got some ballads in here. I'm just like, I try to picture the normal Bad Bunny stan, and I'm like, ooh, I see them, and they're probably looking at me sideways when they see that the album. But I was surprised with some of his more non-contemporary reggaeton songs. How I mean, people were just belting.
If y'all can't tell, man, he's a stan for Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah, you can say what you want in the comments. I'm just gonna dismiss you. Just like what's his name on Legendary? It's a no from me. What's his name? Law.
Law.
Yeah, it's a no from me. hmm So say what you want. I'll read it, but I'm not gonna acknowledge you.
It was a good time. If you enjoy live music, if you enjoy Spanish music, if you enjoy reggaeton, if you just enjoy a good vibe, please go check out Bad Bunny when he's coming to your town. His tour just started. Orlando was the first stop.
Cause Orlando, yeah. Hello.
He's in Miami this weekend for 2 dates,
Mm.
yesterday and today. I don't, whatever. Go to check him out.
Go to Ticketmaster.
Check it out.
Yeah, go to that crappy ass ticket sales website, Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster is trash, y'all. Y'all know it's trash, but
Everybody's
it's like the
trash.
only place to get tickets to go see your favorite performer. Like
Yeah, that's not resale.
fees out the wazoo. The website often crashes when you're trying to buy tickets. Like there needs to be somewhere else to buy tickets, and I know people say StubHub or
Same shit.
yeah, but most of those are just resale.
Yeah.
They're not like actual tickets. So Ticketmaster is basically like a monopoly.
Yeah. But we did not to get off topic here, but we did see Spotify's branch
Spotify is
into the market.
experimenting with selling tickets directly to um,
Consumers.
consumers, which I mean, great if they don't fall into the same trap of here's 100 fees for you to pay on top of this ticket price. So a $70 ticket doesn't become $150 ticket. It doesn't make it. But
Right. I don't get why they charge processing fees considering they process millions of tickets a day probably. It probably costs them like 5 cents to do a processing fee. Not to mention the parking charge me double processing fees, but I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry. I wrote a very nasty review of Ticketmaster. But Bad Bunny is absolutely the world's best global superstar right now. But I know there's another album that recently came out where people might be like, "This bitch crazy."
yeah, and the album that he's talking about is Renaissance, obviously. Beyonce has once again graced us with another album that I really enjoy. Manny will give his opinions and thoughts on it. The more I listen to this album, the more I fall in love with it. My first listen, I was like, okay, Beyonce did something completely different. She played with different sounds. She played with different melodies, the ranges in her voice. I mean, she really did the damn thing. Some of my favorites off the album: Cozy, Cuff It, Alien Superstar. I like Break My Soul when I first heard it. I know some people felt away about it. Church Girl is definitely one of my faves. I mean, the whole album is a banger. I mean,
Jesus, a banger.
I'm just saying, like, I love the way
Is this your favorite Beyonce
it
album?
is. I wouldn't say it's my favorite yet. It may, as time goes on, move up to the number one spot. I still think Lemonade is my favorite album, but Renaissance is like a close second. Is how I feel about it right now. I'm really in Renaissance. It's Beyonce talking her shit, you know, her you, she's number one, she's that girl. But like the themes within the album, um, not only talk about how she's the shit, but like how comfortable she is in her skin now.
Okay, now you're
Um,
just quoting lyrics.
what's wrong with that? I mean, she said it. Um,
Okay, enough of your googly
okay, you went
down.
on a rant about how great Bad Bunny is, and I can't stand for Beyonce for a little bit.
I mean, I think it's just a little too much.
Okay, go ahead. Tell your impression. of Renaissance.
Okay. So the Beehive, if you even listen to this, I apologize in advance. It was not my favorite album. And I did wait an entire week to listen to it because it came out the week before Bad Bunny's concert. I'm always down for artists doing new sounds, like you said, which I feel she incorporated lots of different sounds that we're not used to hearing from Queen Bee. I did like her integration of some of the ballroom scene, which I don't think a lot of people are very familiar with such. Um, just more of a party centric vibe, less R&B. So I enjoy that. And maybe I haven't connected lyrically with it yet. But it's not my favorite. And my favorite album is a little bit in the minority here. It's four. And people probably look at me cross eyed when I say that. Now, from a storytelling perspective, Lemonade is out of the park for me. So, but anyways, I do like the song called "Cuff It," and "Church Girl," "Energy," "Heated," and I like the pure, not the honey. She could have left the honey out for me.
For those of you who don't know, and if you're a stan, I'm quite sure you do know, but she dedicated the album to her uncle Johnny, who passed away from HIV/AIDS. It was Miss Tina's brother, her mother. Beyonce and Solange were very close to him. She got a lot of influence from him. He made her prom dress, I believe. So this album was very much dance centric. Also, I would say a mix of like ballroom. There's a lot of songs that we could hear on Legendary.
Yeah, I was
Um,
just about to say. I was talking about Law. If you guys haven't checked out Legendary on
HBO Max.
HBO Max, do yourself a favor, check it out. People look at me and are like, "Oh, you don't listen, you don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race?" No, I don't fucking watch that show, and I'm sorry. And if some of my gay followers here want to just bury me because of that, so be it. I don't enjoy RuPaul's Drag Race. Sorry. Legendary, I'll watch that back to back to back to back to back to back all day, every day.
I mean, everything ain't for everybody. I get it.
Anyways, do yourself a favor. Go check out Legendary on HBO Max.
If you're a fan of Pose, then you will like Legendary.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's great. Even if the houses suck, the judges give you life. That's just my two. Anyways, back to you and Beyonce.
No, that's pretty much all I had to say. I can't wait to see what Act 2 and Act 3 will be.
Same. Maybe if she puts out, or if the rumor is true that part two is a visual, maybe I'll be able to connect better with the album. I'm very much about a story being told musically when I listen to albums, and maybe I'm just not there yet understanding the story, and maybe a visual album will help bring that into play.
Maybe so.
It won't be better than Bad Bunny's for me. Sorry, I'm just a Bad Bunny fan. But B, you out there, girl? You out there?
All right, guys, we're going to switch it up a bit here and
What's going on in our country?
move into the realm of politics.
Anything going on in our country? Anybody?
Now, be forewarned, we are very much Democrats here.
I just had to give you the gay coffee stir.
If you are a Republican, you're still welcome to listen to this podcast, but just know that we're going to skew heavily towards the left.
I'm not a liberal leftist. Just,
Let's get that out of the way right now. I'm really sick of this liberal versus conservative we've turned politics into sports where you're either team liberal or team conservative. And like, I feel like there's no space for people in the middle. It's like,
It's the forward
it's
party.
like if you don't believe that women should have abortions, or if you don't believe in gay marriage, like there's no in between. Everybody is just fighting hard for their team, and just root. And this America isn't a team sport. We all have different opinions. We all live different lives. I just wish that people could live the life they want to, as long as they're not hurting anyone, and be left the fuck alone. But it seems like the right wants to turn this into a conservative, God fearing country where,
Based on one religion.
based on one religion, where again, America is a melting pot. There are multitudes of religions in this country. And we can't base everything on Christianity because not everyone in America is a Christian. That doesn't make sense. You can't make rules for everyone under one religion when there are a multitude of people that live here who believe in different things. And some of these congressmen and women, these senators, are absolutely batshit insane. I'm going to start with MTG, as I like to call her, or Marjorie Taylor Greene. For those of you who don't know, that is what I would be referring to her as. The same will go for Mr. Trump. I refer to him as 45 because these people don't really deserve the respect of the titles that they've been given. So Marjorie Taylor Greene has always said some confusing, and
It's not confusing.
it's confusing to me because I don't
That's just the
understand
way she
nonsense.
talks.
But you can't make sense out of nonsense. And that's what most
Because
of
she's
them
an idiot.
spew is nonsense. I I have been a like religious follower of the January 6th committee, and I applaud the people who have testified against Donald Trump. I'm sorry, 45 and his cronies, and the big lie that he told. It's it's a scary place that we are in right now, a scary place in time, because the rights of so many people are being stripped away. And yes, us as a gay couple, minorities, we are the ones that feel the brunt of this. But when they took away, or when they reversed Roe versus Wade and made it harder for women to get abortions, not thinking of the consequences, or maybe they did, I don't know, and they don't care, the consequences of different
You think
procedures.
Marjorie Taylor Greene sat there and was like, "Oh, what are the consequences?"
I know that bitch don't. No, she didn't
Or
know
the girl,
consequences. She don't know what
what's that
consequences
girl?
are.
The one with the glasses.
We got to get her name right, because we keep saying that girl, and nobody's gonna know who we talking about. I know her last name is like,
She looked.
there it is, Lauren Boebert. This woman is just as dumb as MTG, but I think she may be actually dumber. I know that she just got her GED in 2020, and if
Hey,
you,
now let's be nice.
I was just about to be nice. I have nothing against anybody getting their GED. You should finish your education, but she is a representative representing people in the United States and saying
Yeah, she represents the same quality of people that voted for her.
this is, I can't with her and MTG. Both of them, like,
It's not just them two.
I know it's not just
about
them, but those are the ones that get the most coverage because they are the ones that say the dumbest things.
I don't know. I don't watch the news anymore. I stopped watching the news. Depressing, frustrating, infuriating. Anyways, we're running on a tangent here.
I was going on a tangent. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just saying, like,
This is all I got to say is I need people to stay the fuck up out of my goddamn house. Stay out of my relationship. Stay out of my life. Stay out of who I love. who I want to be. I ain't disturbing nobody. I'm not going around selling, fentanyl to people. I ain't trying to kill people. Just I'm trying to live my life over here, enjoy a couple of vacations here before my body decides to shut the fuck down and I end up 6 feet underground. Like that's all I'm trying to do. And all these people trying to do is take away that right that supposedly is not, I guess, warranted because I'm different than the stereotypical Caucasian. And I'm sorry, we love our white folks here, but this is a major trajectory coming from those leaders that are predominantly white. I'm sorry. That's just and look, we got some bad shit crazy Latinos and black folks up there. Look at the Surgeon General in the state of Florida. Batshit crazy.
I mean, yes, and he is a black man. And I mean, Florida in general is crazy enough. I'm sure you've all heard of Ron DeSantis, our governor,
If
who
if if you are anything in line of being a Democrat or off base with Republicans, don't move here. Do not move here. I don't care if you like the heat, the beaches. You're not going to go to the beach that damn much when you move here. I can attest to that. Okay, the heat is repulsive. You can't breathe when you go outside.
yeah.
So don't do it. Don't move here because the laws are just getting worse and worse. Your kids are going to be dumb as fuck because we're not even trying to hire appropriate teachers anymore.
No, Ron DeSantis has passed a bill where military veterans will be able to teach in the classrooms here along with their spouses, which I don't understand how any of this works, but that just doesn't sound like the greatest idea to me. Maybe that's to Republicans because they feel like maybe if someone from the military is teaching the kids, no one will go in there and shoot up the place. And if they do, then hey, we have someone from the military here, they'll protect the kids. That's not how that works. And y'all love to talk about these kids. Y'all care about them before they come out the womb. After they come out the womb, you don't give a damn about them. It is infuriating. I can only take so much. Politics in the last few years have been so draining, and it's been more about the spectacle and how much we can push the other side to be upset than it has been about actually taking care or caring for the people of this country. I'm so thankful that the Democrats were able to band together to pass the Reduction Inflation Act, or whatever you want to call it. I know a few things had to be changed from Miss Cinema from Arizona, but at least they got the bill passed. It will help going forward in the future, trying to reduce climate change, bringing back EV tax credits, helpful overall. So I'm glad healthcare is also in there. I'm glad that we were able to band together to do something good for this country.
Should have been doing that from day one.
We should have, but
I know nobody wanted to work. I'm going to work with Republicans. You ain't going to work with this group of Republicans.
these people don't play fair. They're hypocrites with a capital H.
They're the first ones to say bipartisanship, blah, blah, blah. But the moment they go in power, they like, whoop, bipartisan what?
And vote against everything. You saw that because they passed this one act, they didn't pass the veterans bill. Like, why are we doing a tit for tat?
They did pass it after.
They did pass it after the fact, and when people
Well, that's because
were
they felt political pressure.
exactly, and it shouldn't be that way. Anyway, guys, we won't harp too much on politics. It will be a topic that comes up here and there, depending on what happens in the news. We were really supposed to talk about 45 getting his house raided.
You know what? I don't even want to invest the time. Due process, put the motherfucker in jail if he did something wrong. The rest of us, that's another outrageous thing. The Republicans now don't want the FBI to fund the FBI, blah, 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 blah. It's funny that you were okay with the FBI once Hillary Clinton was being investigated. But now it's like, oh no, they raided his house. Oh no, goodness. Like, I don't care. Continue the investigation. He is not above the law. Nobody's above the law, as they like to say.
They say that plenty of times.
He signed a law that made it even a felony, I guess. And somebody can correct me on this, but he signed a law into place that makes it a felony. It was harvesting. I can't say the word. Words are tough today.
He made it a tougher law. If, for instance, what happened to Hillary in her emails, had she been prosecuted for that, she would have gotten more time. Instead of a year, I think it was like 5 years or something like that.
That's a felony.
Right. So, as the old saying goes, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't have it one way, and then when it turns around on your team, you gotta. It's the same due process. Y'all can't have it both ways. And and it's funny to me, and this is the last thing I want to talk about. It's funny to me is when things turn around on them, they either throw it back like, no, 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 we can't do this, or you start doing what Mr. DeSantis does, which is getting revenge on people. When Disney spoke out against the don't say gay thing, he took away their special, what is it called?
Their tax credit
Yeah,
thing.
the tax credit thing. In turn, making the taxes for the people in Orange County and
I think it's Osceola.
basically making their taxes double come next year when all of that was being taken care of by Disney. You have now put it on the taxpayers and the people that voted for you. Recently, he suspended the attorney general
In our county,
in our
Westboro
county,
County,
who is an elected official.
and now been appointed by one of his appointees.
Right.
So if you still following the trajectory that the Democrats are the ones setting up to steal an election, I suggest you start looking at what's happening locally in your states, your counties, because by appointing a Republican attorney general in Hillsborough County now, if there's even a little ounce of doubt in the election, that person gets to make a decision on the election outcome in this county. So that's the kind of stuff y'all need to be paying attention for. And all I'm gonna say going forward is vote. I don't know. Sometimes it gets hard to say or think that voting does anything, considering how stuff has been happening in the Supreme Court and all that. But go out there and vote. At least try to make a change for this, and not let these people keep doing what they want, because at this point they're looking at Hungary as the model for America. So if you don't know what's happening in Hungary, I'm not going to give you a lesson. Type it into your Google. They say they're a democratic free society, but definitely you should see what's going on in Hungary. It is not a democratic free society. It's being oppressed through a fake lens of democracy. And that's what's probably going to happen here next.
Yeah. Well, like you said, everyone just do your best. I mean, what we can do is vote and try to encourage other people to vote and just do the best we can to hang in there and survive like we've always been doing.
And let me say this one last thing.
Oh,
Second last one thing.
second
Second,
one. Hey.
I know Joe Biden is born as hell as a president. He has had some missteps. What president hasn't? But if your thought is that not voting because you don't like him is the best outcome, you just as wrong as the Republicans, because what you're doing is you're allowing the other side to win. And at this point in this world of politics, you have to say which is the lesser of two evils. And the lesser of two evils is Joe Biden and the Democrats, unfortunately, right now, because the Republicans are coming for you if you are different. And if they don't do it, the Supreme Court's going to hear it and they're going to do it for you.
Yeah, I mean, literally the rights of gays, trans, women in general. If you're anything other than a cisgendered white man, things are not going to be great for you. Point blank in the period at this point.
No, like if you want to live in a country where your gay marriage or your interracial marriage is potentially going to be threatened, then by all means, vote Republican. Go at it. Knock yourself out. But don't be mad when they come knocking on your door trying to rip your ass out and taking you to a jail or a concentration camp. I don't know where they're gonna put so many gays, honestly, but at this point, it's just vote, please. Just vote. I can't say anything else, or I'm just gonna have to pick up and move. And Republicans cheering in the background, yeah, go back to your country. I'm like, well, I'm from Puerto Rico, so it's still part of the U.S.
And also, very important, don't just vote for president. Vote in your local elections, your primaries. All of that matters. All of that counts.
Yeah, don't skip out on this midterm coming up this year. Don't skip out on it. Get your ass to the polls. Mail in a ballot. I don't know. Do what your county, state allows you to do. Just get it done.
All right, we're not gonna preach to you guys anymore.
Let's end on a positive. What's something good that's coming up?
We're going on vacation.
Oh, we're going on a cruise in 4 weeks.
Yeah. Super excited. We're going to be on the Carnival Mardi Gras, which we were supposed to be on in 2020, but we all know what happened then.
We booked that bitch in 2019.
Yes, and it kept getting pushed back and back and back and back. Anyway, we're finally going. Super excited for 7 days of fun with Manny's family in tow.
And if you don't like Carnival, I don't care.
Yes, we're not going to go into that debate either. We know there's people that love Royal. We know there's people that love Carnival. It's fine.
In the words of Bad Bunny, yo hago lo que me da la gana. I'm going to do whatever I want.
I tell y'all he was listening.
I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to go where I want. And I'm going to say what I want, whether you like it or not. Because you might say something I don't like.
Anyway, this is what this podcast is going to be. We will get into different topics every week, talk about what's happening that week in the world, whatever comes to mind.
Unscripted reality podcast.
Yeah, you're basically getting our 2 cents on what we think about things. Yeah. And we will encourage you to comment, ask questions that we can possibly answer. For those of you who don't know, I don't know why we waited until the outro to say this, but we are a couple and we've been together for 18 years.
We're roommates. In the future America, we're gonna have to say we're roommates.
Oh my God, can you imagine? Police knocking on your door. Excuse me, your neighbors have said that you two live together.
Oh, not my neighbors, but the girl down the street. She was sure.
All right, we're not gonna talk about her. In case she people that live in this neighborhood listen to this podcast.
She waiting for that law to take place so she can call.
So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this pilot episode. Let us know what you think. We will be back. We'll try to do this every week. We'll try to be more consistent with this than we were with YouTube.
We'll be back whether you listen to or not, because quite frankly, these are our normal conversations.
These really are. Like, we have these conversations and we're like, we should record these, and then we just don't. So now we decided to do it. So welcome to Mass.
Grab your dinner, listen to it with us. Breakfast. If you at Starbucks acting like you working on something, listen to it. I know y'all faking it. Just taking up a whole damn chair and I can't sit down and eat my sandwich.
Anyway, this has been Manny and Sean. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or night or whenever you're listening.
Be best. The words of Melania Trump.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Be good. Do something great today. Do something for somebody else. Be nice. Give $1 on the street. All right, I'm out.